Christmas, season of snow, Santa, and goodwill to all. When even alien worlds dust of their Bing Crosby albums, stock up on mincemeat pies, exchange seasonal gifts, and get down to some serious revelry. At this joyous time, spare a thought for those who, through no fault of their own, or mere stupidity, have little cause and less ability to celebrate at all. This story is about Ferret Thung, a father who lost his job just days before Christmas, and Orifice, a mother who's nagging her husband, unable to provide a material Christmas to their children. They dread facing the wrath of their 10 kids on Christmas morning. As they come up with a plan to deal with their kids before the festival, a knock at the door disturbs their plan and reveals a mysterious book on the doorstep. They wonder if one of their kids overheard them and if the book is laced with booby traps. Deciding to open it, they find the book titled The Lobo Christmas Sanction, detailing a story that could adequately scare any demanding children straight during the Christmas season. Hoping it is the answer to their fears, the anxious parents begin reading. Once upon a time, there was this really cool dude. And the story begins with Lobo and Dog arriving at a drinking establishment. Lobo asks the bartender about the client he was supposed to meet, and the client turns out to be a highly drunk bunny who has a job for Lobo. However, when Lobo mistakes him for someone from the Legion, the bunny introduces himself as none other than the famous Easter Bunny. He wants to put a contract hit out on Santa Claus for his perpetual upstaging of lesser holiday icons and is willing to pay good money for the job. Lobo joyously agrees to take the job, arms himself to the teeth, and departs for the North Pole. Upon reaching the North Pole, he scouts outside Santa's workshop, takes out the guards, plants bombs on the outer walls of the factory, and bursts into the workshop, guns blazing. The elves begin to mobilize their forces, as one of them states that the naughtiest one has arrived. The elves begin surrounding Lobo and threaten him to throw down his weapons, or they will fire. Lobo scoffs at their suggestion, as one of the elves orders the others to open fire. Every elf fires together, but they were only armed with pop guns, which makes Lobo and Dog laugh at their weak attempt to save themselves. Lobo brings out his guns and begins massacring the elves, with each bullet claiming a victim. Dog, too, joins him in the fun, ripping off elves one after the other. When they finish, there is nothing left but the dead elves and bullet casings. After turning the workshop into a bloody tableau, Lobo makes his way to the throne room of Chris Crusher Kringle, aka Santa Claus. However, after locating Santa in his mansion, Lobo comes across the man, who is not the jolly, smiling old man personified in the traditions, but he is actually a merciless taskmaster, accompanied by a gorilla companion named Kong. Before Lobo executes Santa where he sits, he is coaxed into a fair fight by the bearded man. Kringle chooses the weapons and leads Bo into the Elf-O-Matic cloning unit, claiming there is more room to maneuver, and Santa brings out 2 blades and hands one to Lobo, telling him that he likes to use sharp blades for particularly naughty people. The two begin to brawl fiercely, and the fight is as messy as it is brutal, with both of them exchanging blow after blow, leaving one of Santa's eyes to pop out of its socket and hang loosely to his side. Ultimately, Lobo wins by decapitating Kringle with one of his own blades, offering season's greetings to the now dead Santa Claus. He can't blame the old man for trying to save his life, as Santa had the best job in the whole world, where he had to work for only a day, and the rest is taken care of by the elves. Deciding to explore the factory afterwards, Lobo finds Santa's naughty nice databank and views the resource as an invaluable tool being squandered, wondering how he can put it into good use. He starts manufacturing his own presents, fills up Santa's sleigh with H-bombs, and flies across the world, raining them down upon sleeping towns and villages, ending the Lobo Christmas sanction. Thrilled by such a horrifying tale, the Thungs no longer fear being torn apart in the morning by their own irascible offsprings. However, upon reading the last page, this book is only good for one read. Gotcha, sucker! And the book disappears out of existence. Ferret solemnly heads upstairs with his shotgun and unalives his sleeping children, finishing off this terrifying Christmas story once and for all. Thank you for watching the Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and Lobo hopes that your Christmas is Santa-rific.